I want to try to edit this video a little bit different and make it not less structured, but less fixated on a timeline. I feel like I was watching back some of my older vlogs and realized I just really fixate on being like, it's Monday morning, it's Monday afternoon, it's now Tuesday. Like, you guys watching, the timeline doesn't really make a difference to you all. It's already passed. It's not relevant anymore. And I realized the vlogs that I like watching are kind of broken up into chapters, or they're just like random segments. Like, the last clip doesn't necessarily need to tie into the new one. So I want to try editing this video that way. It might not happen because old habits die hard. We all know that. But I'm going to make the intention of editing it that way. So that's the plan for today. I haven't picked up the camera in quite some time. As you guys know, I had an unexpected absence and an unexpected layer of chaos in my life that I think has finally resolved itself. Like, I think I'm on the other side of it now. I was traveling for a wedding and then came back and got super sick for no reason, like never tested positive for anything. And then hit every layer of chaotic stress, indecisiveness I could with my lease in this apartment, which I'll probably talk about a little bit later in the vlog. But ultimately at the 11th hour decided to move, and the little man is here to say hello, but that absolutely consumed my life for the last like 5 days or so. But I'm finally on the other side of it, which feels good. I'll probably talk about it more later in the vlog once everything's like absolutely 100% settled. But I'm getting ready to go to the gym because I have not worked out in close to 2 weeks, maybe a little bit over, and there's just such a correlation for me between my mental health and working out. So really excited to get back into it. Definitely need to just like move my body, release some endorphins, get a good sweat in. So we're gonna do that, and then I'll check in with you guys after. I realized filming that clip that I was about to be late for this workout class because it's a little bit further away from my current apartment, and actually the place that I'm moving to is going to be even further away and just wildly inconvenient, but I really, really like it. Like, I've been trying out this new studio and I really like it. I'm like motivated by it again. I feel like I'm seeing good results. It's like a little bit lower impact than Orange Theory, which I had done for probably like a year and a half. It's gonna be so incredibly inconvenient to get to, and like the class isn't for another 25 minutes. It's not even that it's far, it's just there's so much congestion right now, and honestly it wouldn't be faster if I took the metro because I'd have to transfer from where I currently live, and I just don't know. So I'm really stressed. Right now it says I'm gonna get there right at the start time of the class, so that's not gonna work because I park like 3 or 4 blocks away because that area is also super congested. So I'm just gonna choose to believe that this is actually going to clear up a little bit and I won't have any issues, which I know is not really the case, but a girl can dream. So I wonder how late I can be before they close the class. Stay tuned. Welcome to the kitchen. We are here today because Waterdrop is sponsoring this week's video. I've worked with them on my channel before, but in case you're unfamiliar, Waterdrop helps you to drink more water in a healthy and sustainable way through their micro drinks. One of my favorite things about Waterdrop is they collect and recycle 1 ocean-bound plastic bottle for each pack sold. So they're extracting 4 times more plastic than they're using. I am obsessed with these, especially at night when I feel like I didn't get enough water in for my day. I just feel like it's the perfect, refreshing way to end off a night. And it's a little bit more satisfying than having just plain water, but not as heavy as a soda or a juice or anything like that. Like I said, I've worked with them before and requested some specifics on refills when they sent over products. So some of my favorite ones are Youth, Sky, and Boost. And I think they accidentally sent 2 orders of my requests, or the girl that I've just been working with, Maya, really hooked it up for me. But regardless, it is a crazy amount of product that's in my kitchen right now. So I think I'm actually gonna package up 2 of these and send them to you all as a giveaway. I'm gonna do my best to make it a really simple giveaway, so just comment down below with a video idea that you'd like to see on this channel. I can't guarantee that video is gonna happen or ever be produced, but it does help me kind of figure out what you guys like to see and gives me ideas for when I'm stuck in a rut. And then just some form of a social media handle, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, or even an email address if you don't have either of those, just so I can find a way to contact you. I'll go ahead and leave all of the details in the description box as far as like when it actually closes, who's eligible and stuff like that. But I'm so excited to share some of this with you guys just because I truly love their products. Whenever I have friends come over, I always have them try it, and I feel like it's just such a refreshing, good option to have on hand. And of course, I have a discount code if you guys want to check that out. You can use Amy15 at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Again, Amy15 at checkout. And again, thank you to Waterdrop for partnering with me on this week's video. We're doing something fun tonight, which honestly, I am not the best about doing. 1, on weekdays, and 2, just as it gets darker, I truly forget that I can make plans past the sun going down. Like, it's 7:30 p.m. That is a reasonable hour to go get drinks and go do something. Like, the night is not over just because it's dark outside, and I am so bad about remembering that in the winter. So 1, proud of myself for doing something on the weekday, but 2, I'm getting drinks with a fellow YouTuber here in DC, which I am so excited about. I don't know how the algorithm has not brought her channel to me sooner. I stumbled onto her videos. Her name's Caroline. I feel like I should have started with that, slash you guys probably already knew who I was talking about. But I stumbled onto her channel last weekend just because I was trying to search for vlogs with like chapters or like vlogs that were more structured, like I was talking about in the beginning of this video, and stumbled onto her channel, went down a rabbit hole, and was obsessed with her. She's just, I mean, you guys probably already know, like I said, I'm sure you already are subscribed to her, but her videos are just so witty and funny, and I saw so much of my personality in her, and I feel like I just don't display that well in my vlogs. So I went to like check out her Instagram, and I gasped, you guys, when it said follow back, and I DM'd her and I was like, shut the fuck up. I just discovered your channel. I'm obsessed. Let's go get drinks. So that's what we're doing tonight. So we're gonna grab drinks at Residence, which is in DuPont if you're also in the DC area. But really quick, I want to show you guys my outfit because I feel like I always show you business outfits or like work outfits and not anything fun or like weekend type outfits, which honestly, I don't know if this is giving trendy monochrome or it's giving painter, but we're going with it. So same everyday jewelry. I actually want to give this necklace a dedicated shout out in another video, but it's from a subscriber's boutique, so I'll leave this down below. Super special and just the most beautiful piece of jewelry. I'm sure you guys have noticed me wearing it throughout the last couple of weeks, and just, well, I guess I haven't been vlogging, but I have been wearing it throughout the past couple of weeks and I'm just obsessed with it. So I'll leave that linked down below, but more details coming soon. Tank top and cargo pants are from Princess Polly. And then I just have on my Nike Air Force Ones. Again, not sure if it's giving trendy, goes out to the bar and grabs a drink, or it's giving painter, but regardless, this is the fit, this is what we're going with. So yeah. I actually have taken it one step further by adding in the white belt bag because I realized I normally just like carry whatever I need, but I have too much with me to not bring a bag. So we're really committing to the painter aesthetic tonight. I just got home from the evening. It was super nice to meet up with her. I feel like she was exactly like very similar to how she is in vlogs, but in real life. And it was really nice just to talk to somebody who like understands the back end of YouTube and like all of that stuff, because obviously my friends are like very supportive and are always willing to listen to me whenever I like want to talk about it, but it's different to talk about it and like somebody already gets it versus like explaining or like there's just like things that if you haven't experienced, it's really hard to depict your feelings on. So I feel like that was really nice. And like I said earlier, I just need to get better about reaching out to people and doing things on the weekdays, especially like friends that I'm not as close with, like that are outside of my immediate friend group, but are people that I still really like seeing and hanging out with. I feel like I just haven't been the best about reaching out to people lately. So need to get better at that, or like at least make a better intention to be better at that. But I am certainly ready for bed. I am exhausted. I think it's just a combination of the weather and allergies and all of that good stuff. I also cannot stop staring at this like pimple right between my eyebrows. I swear this is the product of a meeting I had at work yesterday that was just like stressing me out, and I walked out of the meeting with a pimple, and I know it probably was forming before that, but I am going to blame it on that meeting specifically. So I feel like, and then we had a follow-up meeting today and I thought it was getting better, and now the pimple's worse again. So I mean, as evidence is showing, it is directly correlated to the meetings about this one specific project I'm working on. So who is to say for sure? But I am arguably saying for sure. So gonna put a pimple patch on that again. Although I put one on last night, and when I woke up this morning, it was like it was a fully activated pimple patch. Like I ripped it off and I was like, wow, it got everything that there could have possibly been in that pimple in the patch. So I guess I'm just confused onto like, I guess more generated. That's how it works. Anywho, this has been a very long clip just to say I had a good time at drinks. So gonna wrap this up and I'll check in with you guys tomorrow. So I'm moving, which I have tried to film this clip a couple of times and keep getting stuck because honestly I don't really know what to say and I don't know what I'm comfortable sharing right now. My lease for this apartment ends on December 1st, and I spent a decent amount of time the week or two before my 60 days notice would have been due just looking at my options, seeing what else was out there, and the market, at least for rentals right now, is so competitive in DC. Everything I was looking at was $400 or $500 more a month, and I'd be giving up big lifestyle changes like not having a washer dryer or a dishwasher, or moving much further out in DC than I'm located right now. So I just felt like I was hitting a wall, and honestly my renewal offer for this place was a really great deal. My landlord's been extremely kind, like very, very easy to work with, and I guess not live with, but live in his space. So I really had no reason to go. And honestly, I'd gotten really excited about that plan. I told myself because I wasn't moving and saving so much money by not moving, I would let myself make a couple of like small upgrades to the space. Like I wanted to get a new throw blanket for my couch or replace the mirror in my living room. And I had really, oh hello, I don't know if you guys can see Leo right now, but I had gotten really excited about staying here. And the reason I asked for a 4-month extension instead of just re-signing for a full year is I really wanted to buy a place in DC, and I felt like that extension would give me just a little bit more cushion in terms of saving. I would be able to get through my taxes for next year. I get my bonuses in January. So the timing just kind of aligned really well. So at this point I had at least verbally confirmed. I can't remember if I put anything in writing like via email, but I verbally confirmed to it, and I was past my 60 days notice at this point, probably by like 5 days. It wasn't anything crazy, but I was technically past my 60 days. The next day comes, an incident happens where it becomes very clear to me that staying here is not an option. Like it was just one of those things where it simply wasn't up to me anymore. I absolutely had to move, and out of respect to my current landlord and the broker I'd been working with, I realized I needed to find a new place to live in like 24 hours. Once everything settles a little bit more, I do want to make a video about my best tips and tricks for finding and beating people for apartments, because I feel like it's been so competitive the last 2 years I've signed leases that the way I went about my application and just touring and all of that, I feel like is the only reason I've gotten the apartments when 5 or 6 other people are interested and have applications in. So I definitely want to make a video about that at some point. So I did end up finding a place that was a crazy good deal in a great neighborhood, and is actually a little bit larger than the space I have now. Within seeing the listing online and signing my lease, it honestly couldn't have been more than 24 hours. The property management and brokerage team for that apartment were so wonderful to work with. They were just on top of it. They were very professional. They answered any questions I had and made me feel at ease with my decision, because I really do love this apartment that I'm in now and so many aspects of my life here that a part of me was really sad to be leaving it. Initially, I was just at peace with the decision to move. Like, it wasn't my first pick, but I was proud of myself for, you know, making the best out of a bad situation and being able to act quickly and not dwell on anything and just make something happen that needed to happen. But the more I thought about it and looked at the location, it showed my friends like the videos I took, I got more and more excited about it. And I would say now I'm at a place that I am genuinely really excited to move and excited for this next chapter of my life. I have about a month before I move, and a lot needs to happen between now and then. The apartment, I assume, is going to start being showed in the next week or so. So I want to film an apartment tour before people are kind of in the space, and it needs to be set up for staging to some degree. My cooktop broke, so I need to get that replaced. And then I've just been trying to get ahead of decluttering and getting rid of things that I know I don't want to take to the new place now, so that it's not as overwhelming when it comes time to pack. I'm hoping I can get into the new place one more time before I actually move in. I wasn't able to get measurements when I was there initially just because there were so many people touring it, and it just wasn't feasible at that time. And there aren't floor plans online or really anywhere in the building's like historical records, which I don't really know how that's possible, but they don't have access to them. And working in real estate, like, I just so think in floor plans and layouts that way. Like, that just makes the most sense to me. So I'm hoping I can get in and measure, because I honestly don't know if my couch is gonna fit. And if that's the case, I'd rather sell it now and then purchase something new so that the movers can just move in the new couch, because the new place doesn't have an elevator, which isn't a big deal on a day-to-day basis, but in terms of moving, like, getting that couch up and down a couple flights of stairs by myself would be a bit challenging. Not impossible, because it is modular, but if I have the help of movers, I'd rather have them help me move it out or in if I need to, rather than get it in the space and then have to get it out myself. So like I said, a little bittersweet, but I am definitely getting more and more excited by the day. I didn't end up filming any of the other places that I toured for YouTube or anything like that, just because I was truly so unwell with stress. But I definitely want to film some moving vlogs, and if there's anything else you guys want to see, make sure to let me know, because I really like that type of content. Like, I love watching moving vlogs and organization vlogs and stuff like that. So I am excited, but that is the current update. I'm having a lovely start to the weekend, and I hope you guys are as well. As you guys saw this morning, I got up, worked out, went to a little farmer's market, and then just came home and got ready. I have a quick package I want to unbox before I head out to hang out with some friends. I'm like 98% done getting ready, but I wanted to try on these dresses that I ordered before I get fully dressed for the day. I ordered a couple of dresses from Petal & Pup, which I've always seen advertisements for, but have never ordered from myself, because my company bought tickets to a horse race next weekend, which obviously I didn't need to buy a new outfit for, and in fact, I probably shouldn't have, but I've had this one dress saved in like my bookmarks folder for probably over a year now, and I just haven't had an occasion for it because it's just a little bit too white to wear to a wedding. It's actually, looking at it now, it's extremely too white to wear to a wedding. I don't often gravitate towards midi dresses just because I feel like they're not the most flattering on me just because I am so short. But like I said, I'd been eyeing this dress for a while and this seemed like an appropriate occasion for it. So wanted to try it out. I ended up picking it up in the size 8, 6, and 4 just because the reviews were a little bit all over the place and I'd rather just have everything to try on and then return the ones that don't fit. So I'm gonna go ahead and try these on quickly and then I'll show you guys my favorite and we'll go from there. I don't know exactly what I had in mind, but this was not the vision. And I think I was correct in that like this style of dress just isn't super flattering on me. I'll show you guys in the mirror in a second, but the lighting was just like kicking back because of the windows. So this is the size 8. I feel like it fits the best on the top half of my body, but as you can see here, it's just like really starting to sag down. Like the 4 and the 6 fit much better around my waist, which is interesting because normally the bottom half of my body runs larger than the top half. So I don't know, like I very, very rarely have the problem that like the top half of something is too tight and the bottom half is loose. It's almost always the opposite, but I just feel like this isn't. I actually love the back. I feel like the back is super cute, especially in the size 4 and 6, like when it's sat properly. I feel like it was so cute, very flattering, but these cutouts on the side, which there was a lot of reviews about, it's just not, it's not supportive. It cuts in a weird spot. Like there's about, actually 100% too much side boob for a corporate family event. I feel like in a regular day-to-day, it's probably like 60% too much side boob. Like I want this to just be like lifted and secured, which maybe I could like tape up, but I don't, like that's the entire point of wearing a dress like this, is that you don't have to tape it up because it's like, it's structured in the way that it's sewn. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is an L, which is kind of a bummer, but will also be kind of nice to get all of that money back on my credit card. So I'll show you guys here in a second. It's not terrible. It's just not the most flattering thing I've put on my body, especially the way that this is like drooping down. I feel like it just creates kind of a weird shape. So I think it's definitely going back, but it's kind of a bummer when you like look forward to something and you think you have like a good occasion and the perfect dress for it, and then it just kind of like looks like this on your body. Again, I really, really like this back cutout. I feel like that's super cute. I don't know if I'm showing it in the camera, but there's like a cutout right here as well that I think is super flattering. So good concept, good trial, but I think it has to go back.